going from that, we're going to go ahead and go to our final topic. And I already heard Hungry Hufflepuff rolling in her grave. Yes, she's been buried. That's why she's not here. We'll see her next week. I'm kidding. But of course, we are going to go ahead and talk about the Netflix has apparently announced that they are making an Assassin's Creed series. I don't hate the idea. You've been doing okay with adaptations of One Piece. I feel like Assassin's Creed would not be too far off from y'all's
The problem is
brand.
it's on Netflix, and
Yep.
if it does well,
So,
it might get
so,
cut.
um, so what they're doing is they're actually doing the deal that they had is for multiple different series. The first one that's coming out will be the live action. The other adaptations are going to be animated or anime style of Assassin's Creed.
Okay.
which will
Oh, it
probably
doesn't sound
do
half bad then.
better, which will
Doesn't.
probably do better than the actual live action.
Maybe.
More likely.
It's a very it was just announced, so there's not a whole lot of detail.
Right.
The article that I found it from, they're currently searching for a showrunner. Ubisoft Film and Television, Jason Adelman and Danielle Kernick are going to be the executive producers for these set series, and they were talking about 10 years of making the game, millions of fans, help shape the world of Assassin's Creed that we know and love today. So that they're thrilled to actually work with Netflix to do this series, and hopefully we can get an expansion of what the Assassin's Creed universe is going to be.
My only curiosity about this is that who, because are we gonna go with the because I know the first three games are about Estacio, the
Yeah.
what's his name,
Ezio Auditore.
Ezio, and then after that we go on to Pirates, and then from Pirates we go on to
Well,
Egyptians to Greeks.
Don't forget the American Revolution as well.
Oh, and American Revolution.
Yeah.
So the question is if I do it with this, are they going to run through all the games, or are we just picking which games to turn into TV shows, animations, and everything?
I think you
Basically,
could definitely do the
that's the main
Ezio
component for it.
story in one season, maybe two seasons of a show, and you would want to do that in live action, in my personal opinion.
Yeah.
Well, they tried. Hold on, because they tried that already with the movie. That's my also concern about it. The movie didn't do so well, so the hope is that the TV show will do better.
The movie was a direct-to-video, but the movie is actually a really good adaptation, and if I'm not mistaken, it's actually considered canon in the games. What happens in the movie is considered canon.
Yes, it is Yes, yes.
Wow.
I haven't watched the movie in a while, so I don't exactly remember what happens. But I believe the movie takes place sometime after 3 or 4, which, if I remember correctly, 4 is part of Desmond's story.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't exactly remember what time frame wise where that is. And yes, I do agree. I think doing Ezio's story would be interesting as a live action adaptation. Maybe get some more background for Desmond. I think that'd be really cool to see. Maybe that's what they'll focus on for the live action series. And then maybe I honestly, when it comes to the animated series, I'd honestly make new characters. I'd go with new characters.
Yeah.
So also here's my other question for this too. The lore goes that there was an ancient race that made humans that ended up getting into war with humans because of the object that are trying to control them, basically. How is that going to basically fit into the live action though? I mean, it can fit into the animation because it can just make that into an animation itself. But the live action TV series though, how would that fit into it?
I think they would probably go more of lore. Like I said, if they were doing this and probably go with Ezio's story for a live action, I think that'd be great. Which you can easily tie in the lore from that as basically a narrative standpoint.
That's
But
fair.
as of right now, we don't know what they're doing with it. Was like I said, this was just announced. I want to say 4 or 5 days ago or something like that.
Yeah.
So there's not
True.
much to go on as of right now.
I really hope it's Ezio's story because honestly, it's just one of those things. It's just I think it's just easier to do than any other the other
The live
stories.
action, that's kind of what I was getting at. Is the live action would work really well as an Ezio. Like you could do Ezio's story in 1 or 2 seasons, in my personal opinion, as live action, and it would probably work out pretty well, just to get people at least on board with what you're doing. And then if you want to do animated ones, I agree with Leon that you should create new characters for animated ones. However, I also feel like you should adapt certain games into the animated style as well. Like I feel like Black Flag would work with like a Castlevania-esque animation style.
Yeah,
I feel like
that
really,
looked
really
really
well.
cool.
Yeah.
There's so many ways they could go with this when they're doing animation style for the Assassin's Creed games.
If
Yeah,
they get
I
Tidmouth, then they'll be able to do something like that because I think they did like Legend of Korra, some of Castlevania. I'm not sure, but I think Titmouse Studios did that one. They're currently doing the Legend of Vox Machina, which looks amazing. So
Yeah.
I fully agree that if they had to go like that route of animation style, it'd be awesome. But it'd also be really cool if they did different animation styles and different animation studios for different eras. I think that would be
that would be fun
Ooh, that-
too. Yeah, I'm
like
right there with
what
you.
Star Wars Visions
That's true
did.
too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I would not be opposed to that. That would look really. I think that would look
I
cool.
think so too. Yeah,
I
no,
agree.
I'm right there with you. Like Valhalla
I
could
feel
be. I don't know. Maybe like do Valhalla almost in like a watercolor esque style. I feel like that could work.
Mhm.
There's
Yeah.
still a part of me that feels like if we do get the Ezio story on live action, I feel like it's also going to be animated too. I got a feeling if we get one, we also get the other.
Yeah.
Because in my head,
I
it
think
just
I
makes
think
sense.
I think what is it? The third one. The third one was that the American Revolution.
Yeah.
Yes.
The third one. I think people want more of a live action for the American Revolution one instead of animated, basically.
That's what I'm
Honestly,
saying.
that's
I feel
how
like
I
you could do maybe the first 2 games of Ezio
I
story
don't-
in 1 season.
I don't know. I don't know for Assassin's Creed 3 because not a lot of fans actually liked Connor. So, like, don't get me wrong, I get what you're saying, and honestly, I liked the game, but not a lot of people were fans of Connor with the Revolutionary War.
True.
So I don't know if they'd want to do that, but Ezio is definitely a popular one of the more popular assassins. So I could definitely see them using that as a live action adaptation.
And
Right.
also,
of
I
course,
think
because he was the first, anyway. So
No, Altair is the first.
yeah.
no, I mean the
Ezio's
first
second.
of the game, like the first character of the game. That's what I'm talking
Yeah.
about. You know what I mean?
Well, the first character, if you're going by first character, that'd be Altair, not Ezio. Because Ezio's Assassin's Creed 2.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You also don't see much of Hatham's story either. So
Yeah, Hatham would be an interesting one to go through. I don't know. There's so many characters that they could go with.
I'm not gonna lie. I
Not
feel
just
like
making up.
an animation style that would work with a particular game. If you're gonna do the Syndicate story, do the Arcane animation style.
Oh
like the
yeah,
CG,
I think that worked
kind of
perfectly.
like-
CG
honestly.
animation,
or like
hybrid.
Nimona or whatever that show was.
I forget which show. It looked
Yeah.
very Spider into the
Spider
Spider-Verse.
Verse. Yeah.
Yeah, but I would say definitely make it like don't go like carbon copy exactly.
Right. Like make it its own thing for sure.
Yeah, but I feel like that particular animation style would work so well for either Black Flag or it would work great for Syndicate.
Mhm.
I feel like I
Mhm.
feel like Syndicate could work just well because like they've already kind of done if you get that same studio, they've already kind of done a steampunk fantasy esque. You could do
Mhm.
that with Assassin's Creed Syndicate and
Mm.
Oh
make it
yeah,
work
yeah.
incredibly well. I feel like that would be just it lends itself so well to an Assassin's Creed Syndicate adaptation.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I like that idea.
Even at that, I think Castlevania for Syndicate would also work too. A Castlevania like animated version for Syndicate will also work. Honestly,
I definitely agree with you. I think the Assassin's Creed Syndicate animation style could the animation style could lend itself to the Castlevania, but I feel like it would work better for Black Flag because you would probably have that like bloodier, more action intense violence,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
that worked well for Vox Machina. I feel like it would work great for Black Flag.
Yes,
Mhm.
especially because I mean most of Black Flag is literally just piracy. So I mean,
Exactly.
Also, if you're
True.
trying to render water in a CG setting, that takes a long time to
It
render,
does.
and it takes a lot of money. So I think probably skipping, like doing probably a hand drawn 2D animation for Black Flag might be a little more cost effective.
As
Yeah,
well.
honestly,
You know, Netflix needs to save money.
I
Yeah.
also wonder what companies are they going to be getting for these for the animated versions too, though.
Currently
agree.
That's the
unknown.
other
Like I
question.
said,
Yeah,
this
this
was
is
just
just
announced, and they're
this is
looking
just
for
an
people.
announcement.
So
Exactly. No, and I feel like
You
if
know,
you're
they should get
jumping
maps
with this.
for that one too,
What's up?
for the animated ones. Get maps, the anime company, the
Oh
Japanese
yeah,
anime company.
yeah, I got you. That'd be kind of cool. I would definitely say get some anime guys as well to do some like
Oh, yeah.
either seasons or episodes. No, I agree with you wholeheartedly.
And I mean, we outsource a lot of our animation to Japan anyway.
That is
Like
true. we
Family
do.
Guy
That
outsources
is
a lot of
very
their
true.
animation to Japan. So like,
an
Yeah.
anime style, I want to say Unity would be an interesting.
Unity would be interesting in animation. I don't disagree, like anime style for sure. I feel like the one that would lend itself the most, though, would definitely be.
Not. That's a
Which
hard
one
one.
would actually? Yeah, which one lends itself the
Rogue,
most?
Rogue.
No,
No,
Rogue. I feel like would go more for like an Arcane or a Castlevania style. Like
Well,
do
we
this
don't
true.
know. Well, we
semi-realistic.
know there's gonna be an Assassin's Creed based in Japan
That
coming
is
out next
true.
year. So,
oh yeah,
depending on how that one turns out, maybe they would say an anime style for that one.
I don't hate that idea, but I would say go old school. Like there's a particular part from the Animatrix that I feel like would lend itself so well that animation style to a Japanese style Assassin's Creed.
Mm-hmm.
And that was that it was the one that literally looked like a Japanese version of the Matrix. And that was I forget which one, but it was basically it was a program to where she had to basically it was like someone trying to convince her to go back to the Matrix.
Oh, I think I know which one you're talking about. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
I know
it had
which one
that
you're
kind of
talking
like
about.
Japanese shonen almost esque vibe.
Mhm.
I feel like that would
Yeah,
work
that would look
really,
really
really
cool.
well in an Assassin's
Um,
Creed Japanese setting.
Origins.
Origins was Egypt. Oh, you're
Yeah,
asking
but I wonder that would
what
work.
animation style?
Yeah, I think. I
I'm.
think. I think.
I don't know. That'd be hard. I don't know. There's a lot of, like I said, there's. It's all up in the air for that for right now. So there's a bunch of different
True.
animation styles they could go with, and who
Yeah.
knows? Maybe they're not gonna. I don't think they wouldn't go this way of at least doing some part of the characters we already have. But if they don't like touch any of the new characters or any of the characters we've already seen, it could be iffy, but it will give them more freedom to do what they want to do for
That is
any of the
true.
shows.
I don't
Yeah.
disagree with you there. But we'll just have to wait and see what all we get announced. Obviously, you said that the live action one is coming up first, which makes
Mhm.
sense. But as soon as we get more details about that, you'll be sure that we'll go ahead and cover it once or twice here or there until we get a trailer, and then we'll cover about one or two of those. And then as soon as the series comes out, well, we'll talk about it in now showing.